I'm gonna hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio skulls all day.
The mad scientist lab.
And we're live.
That's all getting cut.
It's live action drama, science, funny, suspense all rolled into one. And it wouldn't be around for 172 episodes if it wasn't mad scientist-y. Okay? Yeah, I like this.
Precisely.
Precisely. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 172. Yes, 172 episodes of this here Mad Scientist Lab podcast. As always, it is I, RJ, the pizza guy, along with Jared, the visual mad scientist. Jared, happy Saturday to you, sir.
It is Saturday.
That is the day of the week. We're smart around here. I
don't
smart.
know if it's happy, but it's fucking don't want to fuck my back up. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's crazy.
My wallet's so thick.
Yeah, you know what's crazy?
My wallet's like I like my women.
Well, you, sir, have good taste in wallets. All right? I mean, Jared, I was thinking about this earlier today. I went out to lunch with my mom, which was pretty cool. I don't really go out to lunch with my mom, even if it was just to go get pizzas and salads and little things.
Yeah, I noticed you ate a pizza and she ate a salad. What's going on there?
She had a slice of pizza.
Oh, yeah, but you're doing it backwards.
Look, man, I was doing really well for a while, but I guess, as my good buddy Al likes to say up north, I'm on the wagon, if that makes any sense.
Been on the wagon. What up, Epic?
Hello, sir.
I feel like I've been talking to him. Well, not talking to him, but I've been editing YouTube shorts for the YouTube channel. Because I posted one, I think it was Wednesday. Maybe Wednesday.
Was it?
Thursday.
No, I think it was Thursday night.
Maybe.
I think you texted me about it.
Yeah, I posted that shit and fucking it shot up to 100 or 1,000 likes in like 20 minutes or views in 20 minutes.
Now, Jared, before you continue,
What up, Hollywood?
I just want you to know that I know that level of excitement and joy that you had after seeing that was probably priceless, and I'm sorry I wasn't there to see the look on your face.
No, it wasn't like super crazy. It was just it was weird. I was just like I wasn't expecting it to happen like that. So then I as a scientist, I was like, let me see what else. What like if we could take any other clips and it does the same thing. So I'm trying to figure out what made that one work. Because the next one I did, which was last night, they got to like 350 views.
Okay.
The good thing about it is we're getting subscribers out of them, so that's a cool thing.
Awesome, folks. Awesome.
But it's I don't know. But then I did one today, and it didn't even get anything. It didn't even move. It didn't move anywhere near. Well, it hasn't moved at all. But that very first one I did. I mean, we have other ones up there, but I haven't done one in a while because Arvis, who was on the show before, he was like, yeah, I've been watching the shorts. And I'm like, those are the same shorts, the same 7 shorts has been up there for a while.
For the last decade.
Not that long because YouTube just started shorts. But, yeah, so I was editing the second one that I did, and it had, it was one we came from the game, the moon species one.
Yeah, yes, hell yeah, dude.
So, and it took me like an hour just to fucking find 60 seconds worth of like in that little bit to make it work and everything. So yeah, I was looking at John's face for for about an hour.
Yeah, well, you know the thing about John is we no longer really mention him on this show,
except for every week.
Yeah, but it's okay, it's all right. So Jared, I had this thought today. Have you ever been a thief in your life? Were you a criminal at any point in your life?
What are the varying degrees of like how far do you mean? Like what do you consider a criminal?
I wouldn't say I said that more for jokes. But I went out after work last night to our local Tortuga Verde.
Mm-hmm.
I was having a conversation with somebody, and somebody said, "Oh yeah, this, and that," and somebody brought up stealing, and it sparked this whole conversation. I'm adjusting the groin area,
okay,
sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can't help. I've got to carry around this wagon of a wiener. It's like, no, it's terrible. It's terrible. Nobody likes me. I'm alone and single. Please help me.
Go back to your story.
So anyway, I was sitting there thinking, it's like, well, yeah. I mean, I used to steal when I was in high school. Like, petty shit. Like from 7-Eleven. Like candy and gum and fucking deodorant. Like, just dumb shit.
Did that in high school? God damn.
I did it in high school.
Jesus.
Middle school, high school.
Okay.
Early years of high school, if that makes you, if that helps any.
That does help a little bit.
And it just sparked, and then I guess a person maybe a couple seats down was sitting next to us, and I've seen this gentleman before. He was like,
yeah, I steal cars for a living.
well, no, he has a government job, okay, and he said, I remember, he said, man, when I was a kid, he said, I would steal too. And he said, I got caught one time. He said, stealing a pack of fucking gummy worms from some convenience shop. And he said, man, I was so pissed off. He said, I stolen way much more shit than that. And then I got caught over $3 fucking gummies. And it just kind of made me think, it's like, well, this would be a great topic for the podcast.
Well, it makes me think, how well are these background checks that the government is doing? I
mean, dude, if they don't know you stole fucking gummy bears in 9th grade, dude, maybe
and all the other shit you said you stole.
And I do remember there was a time where me and a buddy of mine went to the Food Line down by where you live.
Yeah,
and
thanks for pinpointing that again.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to do it.
Just say Food Line.
Dude, I'm gonna put an arrow over your house. So we went in there. You know how they used to sell like the packets of gum, like the whole packs, but in that large like plastic singlet kind of thing?
Yeah.
So I took one of those, and now granted, I was able to steal this shit because our good buddy Devin, who was here last week.
Jesus Christ, stop with the name dropping, bro.
He was here last week.
I know, but don't say when you're talking about some fucking shit that you're not supposed to be doing. I get it, it's a long time ago, but...
No, he wasn't around. He just emphasized that I wore very baggy clothes.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
So
you had me scared there.
No, I'm not gonna.
Like, even Hollywood's like, God damn.
Yeah, sorry, sir. I didn't mean to do that. So, but my clothes were overly baggy. My shirt, my pants. So if I put something in my pockets, nobody would have noticed. Mm-hmm. So I put in some gum, some dumb shit like some candy, and then I took a thing of Axe deodorant, the body spray. So I took the body spray, and we had this weird idea when we were younger that I guess the barcode on the back of the can, if you scratched it, right, with a key or something, it wouldn't beep when you walk through the door. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if that's even a thing, but we believed it, put it that way. And so we ended up taking some stuff.
Watching too many movies, that's what happened.
Well, I mean, this is what happens when you're a high schooler.
Mm-hmm.
And we walk out, and then 10 seconds later, we hear, hey, and it's like, oh, shit. So we turn around.
I say that was one thing that I learned very young, is if someone yells, hey, don't, especially, I learned this in Lorton, matter of fact.
Yeah.
If someone's yelling at you, don't turn around.
Well, it was... You are right. You were taught right. I was not taught correctly. I mean, in certain situations, I know when to get the fuck away. Unfortunately, I've been in some where it's like, this isn't safe or smart. Mm-hmm. So I turn around. There's 2 employees walking up to me and my buddy.
Learn that in the mean streets of Lorton. Keep going.
Marlon Brando. Anyway, and they were like, hey, empty your pockets. And so, us...
Like, no, you empty your pockets.
Yeah. I didn't want to be a smart ass because I didn't want to go to jail or prison forever because that's what I thought would have happened. Mm-hmm. So we empty our pockets out, our dumb shit, like our gum, our candy, and our thing of Axe body spray, okay? And they were like, next time you guys come in here, we're calling the cops, They're like, get the fuck out of here. So we leave. They let us go. I was shocked. I was kind of shook at the same time. I didn't want my mom to come home knowing I've been stealing fucking dumb shit from the grocery store. I mean, thinking back about it now, it's just like, why was I doing that? But it's okay.
Well, the place looks a lot bigger when you're young than it does nowadays.
That's a good observation, dude.
Yeah, that's like, because I remember when I went back to work at the school after leaving there, when I was a kid, like, that shit seemed fucking humongous.
It was like Hogwarts, dude.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
It's the school of witchcraft.
I know what it is, but I don't know what that has to do with anything.
It's like a giant castle. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, now that we can fucking stop talking about dumbass Harry Potter, but then when I went years later as a grown up, it's like, oh, this shit small as shit. I mean, maybe because I don't know if it's because I'm bigger or I've just been out and about and seen other things. But either way, I was like, oh, this shit's tight. Everything is much bigger when you're a kid, and then when you go back to it as an adult, it's like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, I will use Chuck E. Cheese as a great example.
Oh, Chuck E. Cheese is some trash now.
Dude, it's kind of bad, man.
It was probably bad back then, but
we didn't care.
Yeah, it was like, oh, dancing monkeys, or not monkeys, but mouse band, and I was around when they had the balls and
the ballroom. Ball yeah, man, the ball pit, dude. Man, take us back. So, they said, hey, don't come back, right? And my mom shops in this place pretty faithfully, right? I mean, it's just down the road from where we were living. Yep. And I remember a week goes by. My mom was like, hey, I'm going to Food Line. Want to come? And I made up like the craziest thing. I was like, I have diarrhea. Like because I was so shook. I was like, I'm not coming back in there ever. I put it this way. I felt like they were John Walsh and I was America's Most Wanted. Put it that way. God. Top 10. Okay.
I don't know. Me, I was always too scared to get caught. So I just never did it. I didn't want to fucking.
And you're smart, and that's why.
I don't know if it's smart. It's just fear.
It's
fear of getting in trouble and going to jail.
Well, yeah, but that's making the right decision. It's like, hey, this isn't worth it. So I would say maybe 2 or 3 months go by, right? And there was one day, and I didn't go in that motherfucker at all. I had to go with my mom. I absolutely had to go. So I end up going. And I'm telling you, Jared, when I walked in that place, dude, I felt like I was walking into a fucking police station, dude. I had fucking bullets coming down my face. I'm looking left and right. My eyes are all big like this.
Them motherfuckers didn't even know who you were.
Yeah, no. So we shopped with no issues. Nobody said anything to me. But damn, did that shit fucking annoyed me out for a while.
Well, I've had one of my boys get banned from the mall before. Like they took his picture and everything.
Oh man, see that's when you know you're messing up.
Yeah, I don't even remember what he did, but we would go there all the time. Like when you're at that age, like you go there looking for chicks, like because they're all from different schools and they don't. Yeah. It's not the same ones you see at.
Looking for that dry up.
What are you talking about? Jesus Christ!
I'm just trying to make this podcast entertaining.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm
sorry.
Jeez. Yeah, so I don't remember what he did, but he did something, and they fucking scooped his ass up. I think he might have been trying to steal, as a matter of fact. And I think they scooped his ass up, took him to the office or whatever, and then he came back out. He was like, "Yeah, they said I'm banned for I forgot. I think they said 5 years or some shit."
God damn, dude, what was he fucking trying to steal?
I don't remember all the details. I just remember they took his picture and they put it up on the little wall, and he tried to go back in one time and. The same security guard we always used to see.
Yeah.
No, but he was there all the time. Because he's that motherfucker that's like, you should be in school or whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, motherfucker, I'm a senior. I don't got to be in school. This is why, I am doing what I'm supposed to do. That's why I don't have no classes right now. Your ass is.
I learned it all.
That's why you here doing security at the mall, bitch.
Yeah.
That's what I don't know. That was just whatever.
It's okay. So it reminded me of another story. Not that actually involves me, but I wasn't stealing. So after that, I didn't steal anymore. Okay, like that ass. I was just like, all right, this isn't smart. We're gonna get in trouble for really dumb shit. Imagine going.
RJ didn't read his Bible.
I did not. So I remember I was in a car with 2 of my buddies at the 7-Eleven. Not too far down the road from there.
All right, we get it. Just say you were at 7-Eleven. It doesn't matter where it was.
Well, no, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Well, it sets up the premise. So they were like, hey, can you go in and buy a blunt? And I was like, sure. I said, you guys don't want to come in? And they were like, nah. And I was like, all right. So I get in, I buy a blunt, and as I'm cashing out, the cashier moves her head to the left, and there's a picture of both of these motherfuckers behind the counter, dude. They got banned from there, and they didn't tell me.
Oh, well, of course they're not going to tell you.
I don't think I've ever laughed that hard in my life, dude. I legit, laughed at the counter, because I didn't see it until she moved her head. Mm-hmm. There's just a picture of both of them, and I went in the car, and I was like, you guys can't go in here, can you? They're like, no. I was like, why the fuck didn't you just tell me that, dude?
You should have been like, well, why don't you? I don't know. I don't know, RJ. Sounds like you just didn't make a lot of very good decisions back in the day.
I did not. I told you I once jumped out of that window, but I know everybody's tired of that story.
I don't want to hear that story again.
It's the greatest story of all time.
It is not, because you still should have caught that fucking bottle.
Dude, it weighed like 40 pounds. It would have killed me. It would have crushed me.
It was 40 pounds.
Dude, it was like a big glass handle like this.
Yeah, that's not 40 pounds.
Okay, so for once in my life, I'm going to use science on this show.
No, I dare you.
I'm going to try to use science
That's
here.
what I said. I dare you.
The velocity and speed at which this was falling, due to the weight, it probably could have crushed me or damaged me in some way, shape, or form.
I'm trying to see if you're grammatically correct on that. Velocity and speed. I think those are two different things, actually.
Oh, God. See, guys, I've been on a scientist podcast for years now, and I don't know anything.
I mean, they're close, but they do mean they're a little bit different, and I just can't remember how to explain it right now. But anyway, fine, whatever. I still think you're a bitch.
We know that, folks, and I'm glad to be a part of this show, to be the proverbial punching bag. Excuse me while I belch. Excuse me. So, now that I know that we know Jared is not a criminal,
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Not a criminal. We will continue on. So, but yeah, I just thought that was kind of a cool conversation that we could have. I could just tell you all the wrong things I did, and you can tell me how you were a savant, in the military.
I wasn't in the military, but what? What are you talking about?
No, I'm just saying you've lived a very clean life.
It ain't that clean, motherfucker.
We can talk about this outside of the show.
Yeah, no shit. I don't know. I get down when I get down when I need to get down. Shit.
Jared said I take the whole goddamn thing.
But I got some stories that just can't be up on here.
No self-incrimination here on the Mad Scientist Lab podcast. At least not for Jared. For me, yeah, of course. Absolutely. But yeah, so I hope that you had a nice work week. I hope you slept well.
What the fuck?
Well, I want to make sure that you're sleeping good and you're taking good care of yourself.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know. Your health and your well-being.
Don't worry about my health. Worry about your health.
See, folks, this is why I like this guy. This is why we hang out all the time, and we totally can't stand one another. I love it. I absolutely love it.
What do you worry about me for? Self-care, bitch.
Okay. Well, I was like, maybe, what's Jared doing? Is he sleeping?
I mean, you have my fucking phone number.
This is true. I could call like a good friend.
Or text.
like a friend would, right?
Yeah, or text or whatever.
I don't know, but it's weird because I'll text you randomly, what are you doing? And it'll be 12 at night.
No, what?
Wouldn't that be weird?
You don't ever text me.
No, I'm just saying if I did, you would find it weird, right?
No, because I send texts all the time because I'm up and I'm just I better send it now because I'll forget.
Okay, that's fair. I will do a better job of texting you and making sure.
You know what? Don't worry about that.
Okay, I'm not texting.
I don't want you to text.
I'm not texting Jared, folks. I don't know him when he's even going to arrive here at the location that will not be named, which is the Mad Scientist Lab podcast. So something also I wanted to talk about this week, and I think this would be fair. Tomorrow is going to be the season finale of The Last of Us for season 1. Kind of crazy how quick that went by, now that I think about it.
I mean, it's 8 weeks.
I just feel like it kind of...
Or, no, 9 weeks.
Yeah, I still feel like it kind of whizzed by a little bit. Not too crazy, but...
I mean, time flies by as you get older. I don't know. I don't think it really whizzed by.
I don't know.
What whizzed by was, what was I watching? 1923, and they had a break in between episodes. It was 4 episodes in January, then it started back up in February, and then I was looking for the new episode this past week, and I'm like, oh, this shit's fucking finished.
And I wanted to get, since we're coming up to the season finale, and I know we'll talk about it on next week's show, I want to tell you how much I enjoyed this previous episode. I think it was my favorite one personally. Of the season so far.
Yeah, it was. It was probably my favorite one. I liked it because it was so close to the game.
Yes.
And then what's her name? Bella
Ramsey. Yeah,
she did a good job in that last scene.
Excellent performance.
And the guy who played, I think his name's David.
Yeah, David. Or it's not Tom, is it? No, David is right. David is right.
The guy who played him, he was creeping me the fuck out. I was like, oh, this guy is a creep. Much more so than in the game. Because when I was playing the game, I don't think the creepiness came across the same way it did in this.
And would you think that's due to the acting, just since it's real life as opposed to a game?
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm maybe just because there's certain things that a human can do that you can't simulate in the game, even though they were using motion capture.
Yeah.
But one thing about the I don't know. This is a random thought because I saw the person who played Ella in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I saw who she actually is. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know how old she is, but she's older. But I wasn't expecting her to be the person. I thought it was an actual kid. It wasn't. But I was like, oh my God, she's fucking hot.
Is she hot?
Yeah.
Can you? Are you able to pull her up? Yeah. I don't think I've seen her before. I probably have, but I probably just don't remember.
I don't think you have.
But a very, very awesome episode. You know, I think you see Joel when he's interrogating. I'm so glad they left that in there too. Joel interrogating those guys, you know, killing both of them, you know, seeing the real gritty rawness of what the world has become. Oh my God, she is gorgeous. Please, I am sorry, folks. I was just stunned by a beautiful woman.
So,
wow.
Yeah, that's here. Let me switch it over. So, I gotta move the chat out of the way. So, yeah, this is actually she looks a lot like Ella Ramsey or Bella Ramsey.
I kind of
forgot her name though.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, folks. See, pretty girl.
The other thing, there's a couple actually. Okay, so the guy who played David in the show is the same guy who played. I think he's the voice actor of Joel in the game.
So I wanted to bring that up. I don't think it's that guy. I think it was his sidekick, the second, the other guy that was with him for the entirety of the episode. I think that's the guy that voiced Joel, if I'm not mistaken, or at least if I read it right.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe you're right. I might be mixing them up, but because there was a few people from the game. Because the lady who actually played, what's her name, Miranda, the chick at the beginning that sends them on the mission.
Yeah.
That's the actual lady who played the voice in the game, who played the part in the game. Yeah, so it's a lot of people from the game that are in the show.
Dude, this is fan service at its finest.
Yeah.
I really believe that.
Yeah, that's why it's the best one.
So I enjoyed the episode, and I think I liked it, and I know that one of the biggest complaints, or I guess what people have kind of been yearning for, at least on the gaming side of it, is, there's not enough action. It's this, and that.
Who said that?
No, I'm just talking about from, just reading stuff online after.
People have been saying there's not enough action.
Yes, exactly.
That's how the game is.
I know, and so hear me out. So I don't agree with these people whatsoever. I think the show is very well done.
The only action in the game is like when you're fighting the clickers and shit. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Or the other people, but I mean, I don't know what they need. How much action do you need? Exactly.
So the game is already very story driven to begin with, more so than anything. I mean, that's what the game is remembered for, is its storytelling. It's not remembered for its masterful gameplay. I mean, it's a third person action adventure game, like most games, but it's remembered for its storytelling. But I will say,
that's why it made it one of the best games of all time, because the story was so good and it had people hooked. Like we said it here before. The game sales have gone up just because motherfucking Andrew Schultz is talking about it on his podcast, just because it got him back into gaming because of the show.
I love video games.
That's the fucking wild shit about it.
I love video games.
I gotta get 2 before the season starts. The second season starts.
So, there was a little bit of everything in this episode. There was suspense. There was obviously a very big scene at the end where, she just murders this motherfucker and she killed the shit out of him, and it was awesome. And it's
rightfully so.
Yeah, I mean, the guy was eating people and
eating people and about to do something to her.
I just loved the episode in its entirety simply because I think it really showed the raw grittiness of what the world has become and what people have to do in order to survive.
Well, yeah. I mean, every zombie movie is kind of like that. I don't know. I think The Last of Us shows the desperation and how people get desperate when shit
I think, so that...
Like Game of Thrones, Yeah, a little bit, but they didn't really like. It wasn't. It was more about the zombies in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
This shit is. Well, I mean, it's called The Last of Us for a reason. This shit shows like what the things that people will actually do if shit hit the fan for real, for real.
Yeah, and it was the guy playing David when I guess when they were in that big dining room and the young girl was like, kill them all, or kill both of them, and he just walks up calmly and just slaps the shit out of her, dude. I was like, oh shit, this is kind of cool, you know. Well, no, I'm not saying abuse is cool, but it was not what I was expecting to happen. He just walked up, I was like, god damn.
I don't know.
Stay in your place.
I don't know if it was necessarily that needed, but it added a different aspect to it. But.
Yeah. But overall, a really, really good episode. I'm really excited for the season finale tomorrow. If it's anything like this previous episode, I know this last episode's going to kick ass, dude. And I don't know if it's going to, since it's the season finale, I don't know if they're going to extend the duration, maybe 10 minutes or so. Like, you know how the season opener was about 80 minutes long?
Well, that was HBO's call. I don't know how much, I don't even remember, don't tell me, but I don't remember how the game ended, to be honest. I just remember the fire and all that. Oh, I do never. I'm tripping. I do remember. Yeah, that's gonna be a doozy of a ending.
Yeah. So
and to see how they change it to.
So I think we're in for a good treat tomorrow night for not only fans of the show, fans of gaming, but fans of TV in general. We got some good stuff, really, really good stuff, and I'm super proud of it. Which leads me to this, and
hold on, because you, the game is on PS, PlayStation 4 or 5. Actually, it just dropped on PC. Can I Xbox, or do I have to take over the little person's computer? Yeah, you can get it on PC now. It just came out on PC this week, I think, or maybe it was sometime this month. But yeah, it's on PC now. You can get it on Steam.
Sweet. Good game. Definitely play it. If you haven't played it, do yourself a favor and please play it. It is one of those games like God of War that you just have to experience.
Wait, I know you're fishing, Epic, but have you been watching the show? Answer if you can. But you can go ahead until you.
Yeah, so I will say this. I actually did not have time this week, or I haven't done it yet. I have not watched the new episode of The Mandalorian. I was planning on doing that tonight or tomorrow sometime.
Oh, no, I watched it yesterday.
Now, without spoiling anything, and I know you were...
It's much better than the first one.
Okay, that's kind of where I was getting at, because I know...
the first one was
unnecessary.
It was trash. I don't want. I keep saying it's trash, and I kind of felt bad for saying it that way later after last week. But it was unnecessary.
Yeah.
We already know who the characters are. We didn't need you to reintroduce all of them to us. Just get into the fucking story. You know what I'm saying?
No, and I agree with that 100%. So I will definitely make sure by the time next week's show comes up, I will be caught up with not only this past week's episode, but the one coming out.
What platform? What do you mean, the game or the show? If you're talking about the game is PS4/5 and PC. If you're talking about the show is on HBO. Oh, HBO, yeah.
HBO. So okay, awesome. So you like the next episode, so I'm looking forward to it.
And the Mandalorian's on Disney Plus.
Because Star Wars, I am smart. I love that thing.
I don't even know where it is.
I am smart.
Dude, I swear I said that at least twice at work this week, and I thought of you as I said it.
Are you using it in the right context? Have you seen that movie?
Yeah, I mean, a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. But so the right context is if someone says, "Why aren't you smiling?" That's when you hit.
I am smart.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So, all right,
because he's just so cool. His smile doesn't look like.
Nonchalant.
Yeah.
Cool hand Luke. Western films.
So he hasn't even been watching the show.
Oh, you got to do yourself a favor, Epic.
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of biased because I played the game first. You're a gamer, so you might enjoy playing the game and then watching the show. But I mean, you're kind of behind the power curve at this point. But.
Yeah, So I think that brings up a good question. what is the best way to consume this as a show or as a game?
Again, I play games.
Mm-hmm.
I may not be a hardcore gamer, but I prefer to play the game. Because they're still different.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know. I just like. I like the game aspect because I think this is the reason why. I don't think people are at the point yet. Maybe now they might be. Are at the point yet that games can have just as good as stories as movies or TV shows that people watch all the time. Because people are like that couple I told you in the airport when they were saying they didn't even know it was a video game. A lot of people didn't know it was a video game. But I'm like, that was a game, and they're like, oh wow, what? Because people don't know, if you don't play games, they think video games are like some bullshit Mario Brothers shit back in the day.
Yeah,
and they don't know how sophisticated they are now, especially in the VR world.
It's funny you bring up the VR thing. I was scrolling through Facebook the other day, and there was one of those like little just gaming ads. It was a guy watching a nuclear. All
right, George Bush.
A nuclear explosion. Okay. Through a VR headset.
Uh-huh.
Like he was like standing on a beach, and then the mushroom cloud comes up, and it was pretty cool. And then I was sitting there thinking to myself, man, dude, the way games, and I know VR is not the standard by any means in this day and age, not yet.
It's very close. It's getting there.
I know. And and I'm thinking to myself, like, wow, this is wild. Dude.
I remember growing up, probably late 80s, early 90s, when they tried to bring VR out.
Mm-hmm.
And they had like different systems had their own.
I know Nintendo had one.
And I think Sega had one. I can't remember though. But they had their own thing, but the games were still 64-bit.
Yeah.
Like for then it looked real to us.
Of course.
Like you look at shit at today's standards, it's like that shit was trash. And now you can stream video into these things now, so you can essentially be wherever this thing is.
It amazes me sometimes. Like, I remember back in the early 2000s, okay, I had my GameCube, and I was playing Metroid Prime, which has been recently, just for those out there, re-released on the Switch and remastered, and I hear it's incredible. That is a very, very good game if you're a fan of Nintendo, Metroid Prime. And I was playing it, and my uncle was visiting at the time, my aunt and my uncle, and he was like, man, he's like, this is a video game? And I was like, yeah, I'm probably 13, 14 years old. He's like, man, I remember when it was just, Pong, boop, boop. And this was when graphics started really advancing in that day and age with the PlayStation 2, the Dreamcast, the GameCube, really pushing the limits of that hardware. And now when I play something, I will use The Last of Us as an example. If you play it on a high-res television with the maximum, just spec, it amazes me how video games look now. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Fucking Red Dead Redemption 2.
Another great example. And
that shit is fucking wild. Like, because I've been playing it again.
Yeah.
And now I'm on a PC, which I'd probably say my PC is probably a little stronger than my PlayStation. So, like, and the screen is better. So I'm looking at this shit, and I'm like, this looked way better than when I was playing it the first time.
It'll blow your mind. And not to self-incriminate myself, but the very first time I played through Red Dead 2, like when it initially launched several years ago, I had the day off of work. I had hit my little bowl piece. I was tuned in. I was really excited to play. And there is a portion in the game when you're in, what is it, Saint Denis?
Saint Denis. Hey, don't fuck my cities up.
All right, I got you over there, Ronan Jackson. Ronan Jackson. All right, and you're walking up to a church with this kid. You're just falling in, and there's like a tumbleweed blowing and all this. And I was sitting there, and I was like, it just hit me in the chest. I was like, this is fucking incredible, dude. Like, just the whole atmosphere, the way the story was being told, the way things were happening, I was like, how is this so great? Like, I loved every second of it.
I think they should make a live action of that.
That would be fucking awesome, dude.
Not the first one, the second one.
If they did either or, I'd be happy because I'm a fan of both.
They would have to do it in order, though. I would say you do the second one first.
Yeah.
And then do the second. Just do it in order.
Yeah.
But have the characters and everything the same.
But it amazes me the technology and how far video games have come. You know,
that's technology. And I forgot the name of the law. There's a law that basically says that every, I think it's 5 years, over time, technology doubles in speed and capabilities, basically.
Okay.
There's an actual scientific term for it, and I can't remember the name of it right now. But yeah, so that's true. Like, because just think of in the last, I don't know, 50 years. Think about this: when we went to the moon, whether you believe we went to the moon or not, back in 50 something years ago now.
Yeah.
Like 52 or 53 years ago.
Yeah.
The computers they were using were fucking humongous ass computers, and they had to figure out how to fit it into this little thing to go up there and blah blah. Maybe however it worked. Now, and they couldn't really code. They had to code on paper because that's how they coded computers back then. It was like punching holes into a paper and then feeding it into a machine. Now you can do all that in the computer itself, and now we have rockets that come back and land on their own. Fucking, it's crazy shit. So that's just within the 50 years. So think about that point to another 100 or another 50 years after that point. Where do you think we'll be at that point?
Our grandchildren are going to be working for robots.
Well, in some cases, people are already working. I don't want to say working for robots, but they're doing their job.
Yeah,
100%. And when I say robots, not everything's not necessarily a physical.
Yeah,
it could be a program that's set up to do a certain task that can be done without a person doing it.
Yeah,
like it's funny. Me and my manager, we were on a call the other day, and we were talking about Chat GPT. I don't know if you've heard of this.
No, maybe if you light me a little bit.
It's basically an AI chat thing.
Okay.
You can ask it questions, ask it to do things, and it will spit back whatever you're asking.
Okay.
Maybe if you remind me, maybe I'll set an account up and I'll do it on the show and I can show you.
Here. Do you mind if I text it to you right now?
Yeah.
GPT, correct?
Chat GPT, or if they put it in the comments on the YouTube or whatever to remind me. But anyway, so we were just discussing like certain things we could ask it to do, like ask it to write. Well, that's what it got the big news because students were starting to use it to write their papers.
Okay.
In school. Ooh. Yeah. So that's where it popped up in the news as this big thing, like a month ago, maybe 2 months ago now. But then we were in there just playing around, and we were like, "Yo, so what if we ask it to write a script, or a script for, I don't know, a chat bot for something on our website to answer questions for people." So we were like, "What? Write in Python." That was the language that we asked it to write it in. Write all the information you just gave us on those questions and answers. Write us a script in Python so we can use that. Blah blah blah. Fucking does this little thing about 2 seconds. Starts writing the code. It's fucking wild, dog.
That's pretty nuts, dude.
It's fucking it's insane.
So, since we're on the subject of, I guess our grandchildren working for robots or whatever the case may be, what do you think overall what it'll do to the workforce? Like, just I wouldn't say in the country, but around the world.
First, I want to answer Epic's question.
Of course,
he said the chatbot is not good. There have been some stories of it being super dark and on not dark issues. It scares me. RJ's got a point. Yeah, it is scary. It is scary because when we were playing around with it, it was just the fact that it was so fast with what we asked it was kind of insane. But yes, there's been those stories of it being dark people are also fucking with it, trying to break it, basically. So, like, you saw, you've seen iRobot, right?
Of course.
So you know how they have the 3 laws?
Yeah.
And it's that type of thing.
I got you.
There aren't any 3 laws that have been hardwired into this thing. So people are trying to actually go out and break it and make it do things that it shouldn't be doing.
I got you.
There's a bunch of stories on different things that people have tried to do with it, but that's just one thing. And if you think that is the scariest piece of AI that's out there, you're sadly mistaken. That's just the shit that just got to the public. You know what I'm saying? There's shit out there that, again, AI lands those fucking rockets. You think they can blast them motherfuckers off? Because a SpaceX shuttle launch is pretty much fully automated. If you look on the inside of that cockpit, when they have the crew launches,
Yeah.
they're all touch screens. And then the fucking astronauts hit a couple buttons just to see everything's nominal and all this other shit. And they just sit back, 3, 2, 1, go. Computer does every fucking thing. That's AI.
You know, the more and more I watch Terminator, which all of you should.
There are dark sides and there's light side, just like the Force.
See, it all comes back full circle.
Yeah,
This is why this is the greatest podcast in the world.
Just like the Force, buddy.
Yeah. There's good internet, there's bad internet, there's good robots, there's bad robots. You can ask Arnold Schwarzenegger because he was both at one point. But no, a customer had actually said something to me the other day when I was checking their car in, because the moment you check their car in, you'll get a text message, hey, this is RJ with blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Welcome.
Understood.
And he was like, man, technology is fast. I was like, hey, man, can't live without it nowadays, right? Or everybody goes crazy. He was like, and that's where he's like, our grandchildren are going to be working. It was an older guy. He's like, our grandchildren are going to be working for robots. And I made the joke,
Well, I don't know about all that.
I don't think.
Well, first of all, yeah, he's an old guy. I remember I guess this is why I try to stay involved in technology, because I don't want to end up like my grandparents or even my mom at this point, where I don't understand what's fucking happening. There's going to be some stuff that I won't get, but
I gotcha.
I grew up on this stuff. So yeah, I will be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
As long as I stay in it and don't fucking try to I don't need to do that. It's like, but you got to stay in it or you won't ever know.
Yeah, and I'm sure everybody out there at some point has tried to help their mom or their grandparents with their cell phone. That's
just one example.
Yeah, no, but I think that's the most common example. Oh, hey, how do I get this to work? And
I'm talking about back in the day when I had to program my grandmother's VHS VCR.
Dude, VCRs are awesome. I think we should find one and buy it.
I don't fucking need no fucking VCR. We
think
got
it was
streaming services now, sir.
Just to have it. Jeez.
So Epic had another question. He's saying, is that why the world is deteriorating the way it is? He's asking for my opinion. I don't think it has anything to do with AI. If that's the question, I think the world's just deteriorating because people are fucking shitty.
People do suck.
But at the same time, this world is not any more dangerous than it has been in earlier times.
Yeah,
we're probably the most safest ish than we have been in human history.
That's a very good point that you make.
No,
too.
it's not. It's true, because motherfuckers had to worry about certain diseases. Like, yeah, we had COVID, but it's fucking COVID compared to the Spanish flu or the Black Plague or fucking getting hit with a sword or getting impaled in the ass by Vlad the Impaler. Like, come on, man. Let's be real.
I would totally not want to get impaled in my ass. Just saying. Or you're right, dude. People used to just get stabbed. Like,
yes.
Like hey,
nothing.
Good morning. Time for a shanking. That's kind of nuts now that I think about it.
Multiple banks are crashing for no reason. I don't like that. I don't know, man. Everything's a cycle. Economic shit. There's always highs and lows. Yeah, it does seem shitty. if you, that's why I don't watch the news. Like if something's gonna happen to me, it's gonna be like literally to me.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. All you can do is, I guess, is try to prepare yourself the best you can so if something does come down the road,
yeah, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: knowing your skill set and your expertise and your military background, okay?
What is my skill set and my expertise?
I don't know, dude. I feel like you're like John Woo. You know, well, he's a director, but like you would be in a John Woo film.
No, well, I don't. Again, goes back to like I don't want to be left behind. I think that's my personality. I don't want to be the one I don't want to be a burden on somebody else, and I don't want to be left behind because I'm a burden. Or is that, am I making sense?
No, that actually makes a ton of sense. You don't want to be the why is everybody in the bomb shelter kind of guy.
Yeah.
So that's what I was going to ask you. Do you think, not to say that you would you ever build a bomb shelter or like a bunker or anything like that?
It's funny you asked that. I was literally watching something on some social media the other day, and it was talking about bomb shelters. And yes, but the short answer to the question, fuck yeah. If I had land and I had money, I would damn sure buy me a bunker because they have one that was like trailer sized, and then they had one that was like a little bit longer. But all they do is dig up the ground, put it down there, and you have all your amenities. It has all like air and all that shit, and however they do the water and all that shit. So yes, I would.
No, and if you told me no, Jared, you know what I would have told you? That you're a liar.
That I'm lying. Yeah,
you're a
100%.
liar. Folks, we are, before this show ever ends, and it never will because we will live forever, we are going to do a tour of Jared's bomb shelter someday.
That's if I ever get it.
Don't worry. Well, I will build you one if I have to. I will use my hands to dig up the earth if I need to. It's probably going to be very painful, and I'll have to clip my nails. But I don't, just saying. I do find it fascinating, though, the whole bomb shelter idea. And it's like, you watch certain movies.
Well, it's not necessarily a bomb shelter. It's just it's a bunker.
A security bunker.
Yeah.
For lack of a... Yeah. I guess bomb shelter is the old school term for something like that. But then...
See, I knew he would know the answer. For some reason, I knew he would know the answer. He's like, for land and $30K, you can get an epic bomb shelter or epic shelter.
If there isn't a picture of your face on the wall, I don't want it. I'm just telling you right now. And have you, what was that movie? I think it was called like 10 Cloverfield or something like that.
Yeah, I remember the movie. I don't remember.
The one with John Goodman in it.
Yeah, but I don't remember exactly what happened.
So they're basically living in a bomb shelter or a bunker.
That's at the beginning of the movie, though, right?
Yes, yeah. So
and then they ended up having to leave it?
Yeah, and they left, and they thought that the air was poisonous and the world has been destroyed.
Yeah.
And then they go out there, and nothing's happening.
Yeah, but them damn monsters is out there.
Yeah, and then that's the plot twist at the end. Like, you thought the guy was crazy the whole time, but he really wasn't. There was actually some extraterrestrial being, invading the planet. So I just think it's just a cool concept, and it's like, hey, if I really needed it, I'd want one too.
Now, I do say that what I was saying before is like not want to be left behind. At the same time, I don't think I'd want that scenario where I'm in my bunker and I come out and I'm the last motherfucker left. Like,
oh shit, it's only me.
Like, what would be the point of that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
that I understand.
I mean, I could do it whatever I want. Kind of like The Last of Us when they went to the mall.
Yeah.
That'd be cool just to fuck around in the mall. But
it's like a kid's dream.
As long as you don't have to worry about fucking clickers coming at you and shit.
Yeah.
But
yeah, dude. That's like a kid's paradise. An empty mall full of an arcade. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that would be totally cool. I 100% agree. With the man.
All right.
I wish we were kids again. I really do.
I don't wish that.
Well, let me ask you this.
I wish I was where I am right now with obscene amounts of money. That would make you a kid. Because then you can do whatever you want. Because as a kid, what do you want? You want to buy whatever cars you want, whatever toys, whatever trucks.
Okay. I think, all right, that's fair.
You want to be able to buy whatever you want and play with those toys. Because when you go to the store as a kid, what? You always asking, can I get a toy? Can I get a toy?
Yeah, dude.
And you're always told no, you can't for whatever reason. You already have enough toys. Like, no, I fucking don't. Don't tell me what I have.
Yeah.
But if
Who
I
the
had,
fuck are you,
if
Mom?
I had the
Yeah, no.
if I had the money, no one can tell me.
So this is a good idea. We are going to amass a large quantity of money so we can buy things. I like this idea. And
Right. That's always been the idea. What are you talking about?
I know that, but now I want us to buy things. I'm buying us a plaque.
And no, I'm not. When I say buying things, I don't mean like material things, because yes, they are material things, but it feeds my passion. Like if I bought a high end supercar and I fucking took it to the track, like I like cars, I like driving fast, and I want to do racing. So what better would I do to feed my passion besides buy a supercar and take it to the track?
And you know what else is at the racetrack? Hot women. Yeah. Something else that we like.
Track days are not hot women all the time.
Well, I'm glad the one time I went there was a lot. I'll just tell you that much.
Oh, you're talking about to a NASCAR? Oh, wait till we. Well, I'm trying to go to Austin for F1 this year. They're gonna be way hotter there.
Dude, I will probably have an overload. I will.
You won't go.
That's what Jared says, folks. Little does he know that I'm going to sneak myself into his luggage.
No, he's not, because I don't barely carry any luggage.
I will find a way to sneak myself into somebody's luggage that ends up next to Jared on this flight. So, regardless, folks, I am a man of many talents. I like to call myself the universal multi-tool because I'm good at everything I do. I'm sorry. I know you think I'm full of shit. And I kind of am. But
This motherfucker called himself a Gerber tool.
I am not a Gerber tool. That should be the name.
That's a multi-tool.
I know, but don't say it like that.
It's called Gerber knives, and they make multi-tools, so we call them the Gerber knife.
I'm a Gerber knife. I like this.
But that's not what we're calling it. We'll call it multi-tool.
Multi-tool.
Because you're a tool.
The best and brightest. Absolutely. I 100% agree. Also, something I wanted to kind of touch base on since we're live every Saturday on Twitch. Motherfucker. Around 6 p.m.-ish. And you can catch us, Mondays on YouTube, anywhere you get your podcasts, Apple Music, Spotify. I mean, who doesn't like the Mad Scientist Lab?
Great Scott!
Exactly. Now, Jared is smart enough to create more shorts to get us more subscribers. And thank you guys for subscribing. Always make sure you like, share, tell your friends about it too. It's very, very important.
Oh, yeah, the shorts. Please fucking holla at the shorts.
And if you guys have any ideas, what you'd like us to do, please just leave it in the comments. That's super, super awesome.
Freshie cannot come in here without me having to allow something he says to be in the chat.
He is probably upset with me because I texted him earlier when I was out running errands. That I said,
oh yeah, he called you a piece of shit.
Yeah. So hello, Al. I know he's mad at me. Because I was like, okay, I should be home around 1:30, 2 o'clock, so we can play some Apex. And then I'm done shopping. And then my mom's like, let's go to lunch. And I'm like, ugh. And I don't want to be like, no, Mom, I'm playing video games. That would have been my answer. No, like, I'm serious.
You sound like a 5-year-old.
I'm serious. That
would
have
go.
Yeah.
I'm playing video games, Mom.
So no, I literally walked in the house and she said, hey, what do you want for lunch? And I was like, well, I've learned, at least in this household, when I ask my mom what she wants to eat, I just have to say, I know this is what you want. That's what I've learned.
What you want? And
so she said, here, let's go down to Johnny's and grab a slice and this, and that. She's like, I want to go out. And I was like, okay, fine. And yeah, we went out and we had lunch, and then we, did a little more stuff, and now we're here. So Al, I'm sorry, buddy. I know you were waiting for me. My apologies. And I know that's not going to save me from the verbal assault.
He doesn't care.
I know he doesn't care. Or you mean I don't care?
He said he'll never play games with you again.
That is not nice, Al.
No, that's what I said that you said to him.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. I love you, Al. Even though we've had our ups and downs throughout our tremendous relationship that we have.
I am smart.
There you go. I like the way he thinks.
Don't fucking compliment me on shit that I already know is good.
All right. This is the way. Do you find that insulting?
What?
So, since you brought it up, in general, I know we're joking around right now, but if you were so good at something and somebody complimented you, what did he say now?
He was like, I hate your guts, and I don't give a rat's ass if I ever play with you again.
Yeah, well, thanks for watching the show. We do appreciate the podcast. Now, and I told you the other night I wasn't going to be on. Yesterday, there was a personal matter that I had to attend to.
Okay. Yeah, he went to Tortuga Verde.
Yeah, after work. But there was something that happened that I wanted to talk to you about after the show. Nothing terrible, but I was trying to figure it out. But if you were really, really good at something, and somebody came up to you and they were like, yeah, man, you're really good at that, would you be like, duh, or like, thank you?
It depends. I don't know. It really depends. It's like certain things I already know. Like, bro, I don't need you to fucking.
Yes, I am the man.
Like, I don't need you to blow smoke up my ass. I'm not gonna say, of course I'm good, but it's like, yeah. I guess the polite thing would be just to say thanks.
Yeah,
but it's like in your head, it's like, bro, come on.
Yeah, you know who I am?
Yeah, you know who the fuck I am.
Yeah, you know what this is.
But you don't say that out loud.
Yeah, and that's when you're just like,
well, yeah, you dust your shit. Now, when it comes to comedy, like, I think all my shit sucks. So when people say good job, I really look at them like, I think you're lying.
Fuck you, liar.
Yeah, I don't trust a lot of shit.
Well, since we are on the topic of comedy, I know that you had your second Thursday night show this past week.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Well, folks, you should come out Tuesday to open mic night. Shoot your shot. Shooters located in Springfield. Come on down. Get your funny on. I just wanted to say that like that.
Oh, yeah. Tuesday, this coming Tuesday is another one. What day is that? That's the 14th?
He said, I don't want to talk about
March
that.
14th. Yeah. So, yeah, March 14th.
Awesome.
Come out, shooters.
So, are you excited, Jared? As excited as I am? I was telling my mom today while we were eating, while Frashy was
I need you to start watching the comments because I can't read all these comments all the time.
Oh, this is true. This is true. Do you want me to start doing it right now?
Not right now.
Okay.
Just for the future.
All right. So, oh, fuck. Now I lost my train of thought.
You said something about something.
I can't believe this is happening to me. I'm becoming dumb right before your eyes.
No, you can't remember everything like you say you do because you don't remember everything.
I am a smart man. When I used to rap back in the day.
Being smart has nothing to do with memory. And there goes the awkward pause.
Yep. So I'm going to continue and act like I just wasn't verbally assaulted. It's like, no, I'm just teasing. Asshole.
It's only part of it.
So I remember a lot. So I know this is going to sound dumb. Back in the day when I was a rapper, successfully, okay, Do Dangerous and Do Dangerous Incorporated, still here. Mixtape dropping 2023.
Ain't no mixtape coming.
It's coming 2023.
Yeah, he's lying.
Featuring Jared, the mad scientist. Dude, we should rap.
I mean, I can mix the shit. I mixed the fucking intro song for this joint.
You did a great job with it too.
I know.
Shut up.
You see, there's
yeah. I am smiling. So,
I didn't think it was good when I first did it.
So, but I used to pride myself. I thought I was Biggie and Jay-Z. I would try to memorize everything that I was thinking of, and I did it.
Yeah, but that took years of practice for them.
Oh, I understand that.
You had been rapping for like 2 years.
I had a very successful rap career.
I didn't say. Oh, please tell us how successful this rap career. How many Grammys did you win,
sir? I have 6 hit singles. The top one being Rhythmatic. All right,
where are these hits at?
In my closet, and probably in that little bin.
Wait. What's your definition of a hit?
Well, I'll say that I had hood classics. Am I allowed to say that?
Rewind again. I need to put that on here. What is your definition of a hood classic now?
Now, well, something that if I'm down at Mickey D's, grabbing my McDouble with mac sauce and my Sprite mixed with High C. Sorry, it was a thing. And somebody drives by and they're bumping Rhythmatic, I'm successful. Now, did this happen? Probably not. And I'll tell you, but 6 singles, nonetheless. First track ever dropped with my buddy Edgar. It was called Pleasure. Okay? It's really good. I have to find this stuff so you can listen to it, so you can have more ammunition to just fill me with.
I think we all want to hear this.
I have it on a disc somewhere. I would have to find it. It's I will tell you, Rhythmatic is my masterpiece. It took me like 2 weeks to write. Okay?
That's your masterpiece? It took you 2 weeks?
to write 3 verses for a high schooler, yeah, for what I was coming up with.
A masterpiece should take years, bro.
For an album, yes. For a single, no. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if I had put 10 tracks together, that'd be different. But every song that I made, hood classics, all right? I don't do myself any favors at all.
I wish everybody was still in here.
Yeah. But it was like the focal point of my high school career. It was just like this gym. This is rhythmatic.
So let me ask you something. Why'd you quit?
I'll be 100% honest with you. Because as I started to slowly get older, out of my teens into my early 20s, as much as I love doing it, it doesn't make any. I just thought the whole idea wasn't realistic anymore. You know, it's like, oh, I want to. I'm not making money doing it. Could I have done it on the side while working a job? Of course. And I tried to put things together, and I have verses and this, and it just never happened, unfortunately.
So you would say a lack of what caused you to quit?
I don't want. You could say motivation, but at the same time,
no, I'm not saying. I'm asking you.
I just think that just being realistic about it, I think, is what happened.
That's not a lack of anything. I mean, it's fine to be realistic, but I wouldn't give up on my dreams because if you really felt passionate about it and they were hood classics, you wouldn't have stopped. And I'm not judging you on that. I'm just saying, like,
no, believe it or not, I was actually kind of torn about it for a while. Like, not like terribly, but I was on probation. I didn't have a job. I wasn't, I'm not working. There was just a lot happening.
That's where all the fucking good shit comes out of. The hard times. That's when the soul comes out of the music.
And then as I got older, I didn't want, like, put it this way: the way I view music in any sense of it, I guess maybe especially in rap, is that there are rappers out there that rap, but they don't live these type of lifestyles. You know, they do it for the entertainment.
That's pretty much fucking every rapper known to man.
To a degree.
To a degree.
Yeah.
Mostly they all are just making
I think shit. I started fighting with the idea with myself that's
like comedy.
Yeah.
Not everything a comic says is going to be 100% true. It is so deeply rooted in truth that you don't know the difference in it. Because like the one that I tell about me going for the world record, I'm not going to say what the world record is for on here, but me talking about that, I'm not fucking trying that. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like that just doesn't even sound feasible.
I think what was happening is I was struggling with wanting to be too authentic in my music. And
you can be authentic and just talk about your own shit, though.
Yeah, no, and that's what I was trying to do. But there were certain times when I was writing something, and like how you judge your comedy, like your own set, I would look at it and it's like, nobody's gonna like this shit. And I was,
but then you don't know because you've never even.
And that's true. That's true. And you're 100% correct with that. So I think I started to really doubt what I was writing, even if it was good. Even if I rapped it to my buddy or or whatever it was, and they're like, "Hey, that's pretty good." It's like, it could be better. I guess I strive too much to perfect things.
Well, yeah, and that's what fucks a lot of people up is the perfectionism side of it. Yeah, because they want to be so perfect because they don't want to let people down, I guess. I don't know. I think it's an ego thing. The perfectionism is an ego thing. Because I was reading, somebody else posted something about being a perfectionist this past week, and I'm like, and I started thinking to myself, I'm like, half the shit that I got to the point where, you know what, I heard it from one of my instructors a while ago. He teaches marketing, like online marketing also. And he was talking, he always had this saying, good is good enough. So whenever when I do something and I'm in the middle of it and I feel like it's up to a professional level, and I keep trying to tweak it and like, oh no, it's not good enough, or all right, it's not perfect. When I start getting into that mode, then that's when I think I shut it off. I'm like, you know what? Good is good enough.
Well, I think that's a very, no pun intended, good way to look at it.
Now, that's not all to say I'm not striving for the perfect thing, but there's going to be a point where if you keep striving for the perfect thing, you're never going to move forward with the next thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because you're so stuck on trying to, yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, that's 100% correct. And that is something, as I've gotten older, I've kind of learned to accept, and then I kind of look back on it. Because every now and then I will, if I'm driving to work or if I'm driving home, I'll find some random instrumental on YouTube from some unknown artist or, some producer, and I'll just listen to it, and I'll just kind of nod my head and think, oh, what could I do with it? And I don't do it all the time anymore, but I still do it from time to time just because I still have fun doing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you said you like writing. You just don't write, motherfucker. All right. Tired to tell you.
Yeah, I tell you what. I'm a real American. I drive my truck and I poop in my
Well, I'll tell you one thing about this episode. This is not as funny as I thought we were going to make it, but...
well, I mean, if you want to... So, okay.
You like to talk out your life problems on here. And
well, you're my friend.
I know, but this is entertainment. That's not fucking therapy hour.
All right, so what I did the other day at work is I confessed to my coworkers that I have a coffee enema sitting up here stairs on my table.
Well, that's how you know they don't watch the show, because they would have seen that. But
one of my coworkers did. And then I was like, hey, guys, because it was kind of a slow day yesterday before the evening time hit. And they're like, oh, somebody was like, hey, you doing the podcast this weekend? Because my coworkers had a meeting on Thursday. And Thursday night, I actually went out to Turtle afterwards because that's where my coworkers were. Yep. And somebody took a picture before I got there of our Mad Scientist Lab sticker in the bathroom there. And I was like, best podcast in town. And I was doing the whole spiel. Like, share, and subscribe. And so the following day, they were like, oh, you're doing the podcast this weekend? I was like, hell yeah. And I was like, you know what? I said, guys, I need your opinion. I said, and I told them the story of the whole story about the coffee enema. And they were like, well, why don't you do it? And I was like, see, this is why I didn't tell you. Because now my entire department wants me to shove coffee in my ass. Ah, man, fuck, I'm going to have
for the show, bro.
I'm going to have to do it.
I told you what to do. You're not going to record the visual part.
No. Oh, good Lord.
Just record the sounds.
I don't even like looking at myself.
We'll put the sounds on the show. I'll edit it accordingly so it doesn't sound really fucked up. But
I realized that I had set myself up for failure. Yeah, now if I go in Monday and I tell them I didn't shove coffee in my ass, they're going to be disappointed in me.
Well, I mean, you're going to go in Monday. They're going to be disappointed because you didn't do it.
I don't know how we got to this point. This is by far the best thing that ever happened on the podcast.
I know how we got to this point.
What, me and my big mouth?
No, well, I mean, yeah, pretty much. But you said it, and then people heard it. You got to give the fans what they want.
And as somebody who is a fan of things,
that man spent his hard-earned money.
Don't you guilt me into that.
He even sent you a shirt, but you can't wear the shirt until you do the thing.
I actually told them about the shirt as well, and I told them that you told me that I cannot wear this shirt without shoving the coffee in my ass.
Yeah, you keep saying it that way, but that's not what you're doing.
Dude, that's what it is. You're shoving coffee in your butt.
You're just rinsing your colon.
That is the most professional way of saying, fuck you, Jared. Okay. He's not wrong, folks. You are rinsing your colon. That's, oh my God, I'm going to hate that I'm doing this. But to everybody's, and you know what the worst part is there is probably a chance I'm going to like it.
Okay, I didn't ask for all that. Because all that's gonna happen is
shit.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm so happy I got that one. That was the very first sound, and I'm so glad it's still here.
It was not the very first sound.
One of them. It was one of the first sounds. So
it was one of them. Yeah.
But yeah. So guys, if I see you at work Monday and I don't tell you I shoved coffee in my ass,
this guy keeps saying shoving coffee in his ass.
No, it is.
I'm trying to make shorts here, and I can't make shorts off of fucking shoving coffee in my ass.
What if you put it on a loop?
It won't work.
Oh. Well, I know you know how these things work as opposed to me.
Yeah, you could learn. You just never asked.
This is also very true. This is actually 100% true. I don't like this. I don't like why am I feeling this way? I don't like that.
What?
Now, how you're right. I just don't like that. So
it happens all the time.
Sometimes. I would say maybe 20% of the time you're correct. So besides that, folks, do you know what's really American? Baseball. And pretty soon here, are you pumped, dude? I'm ready for opening day, man.
I'm ready. We still got to get tickets in line.
Yeah, so that is something I wanted to talk to you about. For those of you who are new to the show or have been listeners, opening day for baseball season is here just a few short weeks away. And me and Jared are going to opening day, and we're going to be real Americans. We're going to get our overpriced beer, our jumbo-sized hot dogs, and...
I'm not getting no hot dog.
Are you sure?
100%. You barely see... Have you ever seen me eat a hot dog? Maybe once.
This is true. I know you're more of a peanut guy.
I eat anything besides hot dog. I try to stay away from processed meat.
You're right. I just... Damn.
Again, I know.
I hate this. I hate this.
You should be used to it by now.
I am, but I think this is the first time I've actually vocally said it. So give me
it's not. You've said it plenty of other times.
Really?
Yeah. Because I'm always right.
You're not. You cannot 100% be right all the time.
85%, and I'm being generous. 85% of the time,
85%.
I'm right.
Good Lord, man. Who the hell do you think you are? Some sort of scientist?
I mean, I'm not officially. I'd call myself an amateur scientist.
And I'm a lab rat. And so are all of you.
So all of you. Mm-hmm. All you guys are lab rats.
So I want to talk about our short from last week. And before you leave this establishment today, I'm going to give you a bag of ramen noodles.
Okay. I did look into that, actually.
So you know what the flavor is called? It's called soy sauce.
Now it is.
Yep.
But so the one you had, and this is what made me start thinking about it even more. You had Oriental flavor upstairs, right?
Well, I looked at the blue packaging.
So you just remembered.
Yeah, so I didn't read the name of it.
Okay.
So I was just like, oh, Oriental flavored. It's not racist.
They still say it. That's why they changed it.
Okay, I'm sorry. Folks, I swear to God, I'm not a racist. I have a colored television. Sorry, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it.
You could have.
Nah.
You could have.
And if I am not here next week's show.
That's why that clip went so fucking crazy.
The whole internet thinks I'm a racist. God damn it, Jared.
They were like, it was like, because Devin was like, you cannot say that. That shit was hilarious.
And shout out to that gentleman for coming over. Love you, dude. Thanks for coming on. You're always welcome over here.
Thanks for sharing, if you even have Facebook.
Does he have Facebook? I don't know. Anyway, regardless, so the next day, and I was going to text you, but I was more ashamed of my obvious racism that I display here on this show.
It wasn't so much racism. It was more not knowing any better, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
it used to be called Oriental, but there was a reason they changed it. And that's why I said what I said in the clip. I was like, they came at Aunt Jemima because actually I saw a commercial the other day for whatever it's called. It's called.
What is it called now?
It's something Mills. It's named after the original corn mill company.
Okay. As long as it's not like a weird ass name.
The label and the colors are still the same. The shape of the bottle is still the same, but it's not called. Well, it doesn't have the remember how the glass one used to have her body shape?
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't have that anymore. But you can tell that's the company. Because when I saw it, I was like, that looks very familiar.
I got you.
So, they definitely changed that.
That's a shame.
And it was soy sauce.
Yeah, and I looked at it, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was going to text you. I think I felt more ashamed than anything. And I was looking at it, and I was like, how long has this been a thing? Now, granted,
it wasn't long because, like I said, I looked it up because I was going to put the picture up for the video on the YouTube thing.
Yeah.
And I started thinking about it. I'm like, as I was reading about it, I was like, okay, there's a reason why this doesn't exist. I don't think it would be very helpful if I put the old packaging on there. So I just like, you know what? Let me just not put anything.
And I wanted to, and I was just looking at it, and I was like, holy shit. I was like, I can't. It's only a little bit.
Okay.
It's only a little bit. I promise.
This guy's 3 cups in.
Yeah, 3 little cups in.
Yeah, right.
Sir,
Keep going.
No, but
I don't want everybody to see you.
Well, the thing is typically when I buy oodles and noodles or ramen, whatever you like to call it,
Those different companies.
I know, but in the sense, the same thing.
Carry on.
I typically buy chicken or shrimp flavored. Okay, those are my 2 go-tos, and on occasion, my sister will get the soy sauce ones. Okay, okay, soy sauce.
See how you learn, ladies and gentlemen.
I fucking hate it. So when I was looking at it, and I was like, man, am I this far out of the loop to where we're changing the name brand of or flavor of cheap noodles? Like, you know, because
it's not about being out of the loop, man. It's just, again,
and I understand the reasoning, and I understand 100%. I was just kind of like, really? Like,
you don't think that sounds kind of?
I understand. Well, I would say if it was used in a certain context.
When was the last time you heard someone use that term?
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head because I don't think
it's not a thing. That was some shit that I don't know. I don't know the origins behind. I just know it originally came from the Orient.
Okay.
No, whatever the Orient means. So then, because everyone from that everyone from that region was then called Oriental instead of.
Well, see, when you use it in that, I guess, sense of the word, like with that word, I think it's one of those things. It's not what you say; it's how you say it, kind of thing. Or at least the way my thought process is. If I was like, "Oh, look at these something people," then yeah, that's fucking racist.
No, I'm not saying. You keep saying fucking word so loudly and abundantly, and this is again YouTube. There's certain stuff you cannot just be like,
sound like a turkey.
Well, that's what you sound when you keep saying it. But I'm just saying, there's context to everything, and you just got to be sensitive. I guess I don't want to say that either. You just got to be
aware.
Yeah,
no, and you're right. But you know, and if I offended anybody,
because if 2 people noticed it,
well, yeah, but I guess that just goes to show that at least for me, that's just not my thought process. The moment both of you were like, "Whoa," I was like, "What?" You know, like
it sounds fucked up.
I guess it does. It does. Okay.
Here, okay, maybe this will explain it better. If you had, see this thing, I don't know. If you had a flavor named after a people,
okay,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like if you have, let's say there's oodles and noodles that are, jerk chicken flavored.
I got you.
We assume it's from the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a racist thing or it's not a derogatory thing.
I got you.
Just because that's the actual flavor.
So yeah, I got you.
There's no actual flavor of Oriental.
This is, man, fuck.
But and I'm not putting it on you. I'm just saying
I know.
The way it was labeled for so long was fucked up.
It is.
Actually, I found there's a guy on TikTok. He talks about like Asian history. And there's this town in Illinois. I don't know, really don't want to say it. But there's this town in Illinois. Basically their mascot is Chinks.
Okay.
And it comes from because when a bunch of people came from wherever, they ended up in this town, and I don't remember the exact history, but they kept that shit for a long time because the people who were residents there were like, we don't see anything wrong with it. But
I mean, clearly there's something very wrong with that.
Yeah. But there was a high school. The high school mascot was that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was a wild video.
That's pretty nuts now that I think about it. No, something like that. Yeah, that's very obviously derogatory and unacceptable.
But the time when it came out, there was a certain group of people who were in charge who didn't care. Who just were like, well, we think it's cool, so we're gonna go with it, and no matter what you think, because we think we're better than you.
Yeah,
this is how it's gonna stay. So, and unfortunately, that is the history of this entire country.
Where did you see this? Was it like on YouTube?
It was on TikTok.
It was on TikTok. Okay,
but he has a series of stuff where he talks about the history of racism. He's an Asian guy, obviously, but the history of racism in America against Asian people, which I don't know anything about it because I've only been taught Black history my whole life. So
this is actually a fascinating conversation.
Yeah,
different forms of, well, not that it's cool, but different forms of.
Well, no, there are. I mean, I don't. Yeah, there are different forms. It is what it is.
Yeah,
but because you are only privy to whatever you might be a part of, you don't realize that how other people are also being affected.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. It's very interesting dynamic this country is built on.
It is. And you're 100% right with that. That's but still, regardless, I still have some of this soy sauce flavored upstairs, and I still enjoy it. Still tastes the same.
No, I didn't say that. I thought you said you didn't like soy sauce, motherfucker.
Believe it or not, I'm not a huge fan of soy sauce.
I know, you said it before, and I was like, well, you just not eating it right. You probably dumping the whole packet on there.
You know what's crazy? I don't know how I consume soy, like in terms of how much I put on. Maybe I am doing it wrong. But
putting too much. It doesn't take a lot because it's very salty.
Yeah, so... Yeah, maybe I've been doing it wrong, and, less is more in some scenarios. I understand that. But...
Also, soy, you shouldn't try to eat so much soy because it's not good on the male body because it produces estrogen in the male body.
Is that why my boobs look so great?
Probably.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and I love Chinese food, but I'm just saying, like, the soy, it's just never, man, am I doing this wrong? We're going to go get Chinese food soon. Doesn't have to be tonight or tomorrow or any time.
And that's not even real Chinese food. That's just what Americans will tolerate.
I know. It's just like we were talking about a couple weeks ago, like Chipotle being like Mexican food or something like that.
That is not Mexican food.
No, and any real American knows what real Mexican food is.
What the fuck does that even mean?
I don't know. I just thought it sounded cool.
Why? Because we beat them in the fucking war? I was like, what are you talking about?
You brought that up. I'm not bringing any more racism to this show.
I didn't bring any. That's not, well, it kind of is, but.
We beat you in the war. You remember?
Spanish-American War.
Yes, I do remember.
Well, it was the Spanish, but they were fighting through Mexico.
Remember the Alamo. Remember the Alamo.
What is it? What is there? Didn't we lose that? I don't understand why people say remember the Alamo. We lost that.
That is because we did lose it. But there is a reason that I hate to say it again, but that we have to remember the Alamo. Why do we have to remember the Alamo, folks?
I think you know what it is? It's that same thing with 9/11. What was the term for? Was it always remember or
never forget? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, this is.
I kind of want to forget about that.
Yeah, I mean, when unfortunate things like that happen, of a catastrophic scale, of a loss of life or a terrorist attack.
Watch your words.
I mean, that's what it was.
I know.
Yeah, I know. But it affects people differently, especially if you were somebody that had a family member in that or knew somebody. There's a lot of moving components with it. And as time passes on throughout the years, you're not going to forget something like that ever in your lifetime. I mean, I think that's going to stick with us in this country till the end of time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, hey, man, you know, if you say never forget or whatever the motto may be, it's like, you know, man, that really opens up a lot of wounds to a lot of people. Maybe they're trying to forget, and a yearly reminder is not helpful.
That's my point. Like, again, remember the Alamo. Like, nobody else will remember a loss, especially if you're a patriot and you're like, you want to think of America as winning every last war and every last battle that they've always been in. I don't want to remember the Alamo.
Yeah. No, we don't.
Well, you got fucked up. You lost. Chalk it up.
Yeah, and then move on and kick some American ass.
Yeah.
No,
not American ass.
Oh, no, well, kick ass as an American.
Enemy's ass.
Kick the no, let me not say that.
Just
go kick
all
ass.
enemies, foreign and domestic.
Go kick some fucking ass, folks.
Keyword there, domestic.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy how this country works. Man, I'm telling you, one day we're going to end up in the Pentagon. And we're going to end up in the bottom. I don't know. I just feel like we're going to end up on the bottom floor that nobody knows exists. And there's going to be little green people walking around. And me and you're going to be like,
why would we end up there?
Why wouldn't we end up there?
I don't want to go there. I don't want anything to do with DOD.
Yeah, because they'll probably kill us.
Oh, my God.
Yep. Folks.
It's time to go.
It is only time, because time is constructed by man to enslave us in the machine that we are currently in.
That's only partially right.
And that's why you're here, folks. Or that's why he's here.
Time does exist, but it exists also with space. Space-time is one thing.
It's called the continuum. Is that right?
The space-time continuum.
Oh, okay.
Continuum is not really, you don't really need that. But
regardless, it's cool. We like it. And I like you. I couldn't ask for a better host.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining this week.
I'm going to hug Jared on air.
No,
soon.
He's fucking not.
I'm going to do it when he least expects it.
I don't want to punch you in your fucking gut.
Good. Maybe I'll poop.
All right, we're leaving. See y'all.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to episode 172. Yes, 172 episodes of the best podcast on the planet.
This is how you know he's 3 glasses in.
I'm not 3 glasses in.
Okay, keep going.
Of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast. Thank you for joining us. Remember, catch us on Spotify, YouTube, anywhere you can get your podcast.
Everywhere.
Apple Music.
Peace out.
Bye.
Goodbye. I don't even know where my thing is.
I'm gonna hit you so
There
hard
it is.
you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio skulls all day.
The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab.
You can't have an opinion on something that you haven't even tried.
Exactly.
The merit